Sometimes sellers get in a situation and they're wondering, why isn't my house selling? It's been on the market. We're not getting as many showings as I would like. Maybe we're not getting any offers. What do I do? Where do I go from here? So we're going to answer that question today. We're going to take a look at what to do if your home isn't selling. It's on the market and you're just not selling. So there's a few assumptions that I will make at the outset. I'm presuming that the home looks great online, the photos look good, price seems right, and for some reason, you're still just not getting the offer and the interest that you're hoping for. If any of those things are not true, then those are major red flags that need to be addressed first. Professional photos are an absolute must. Positioning the home online at a price that is right that will cause it to sell, those things are going to be critical to any successful sale. So assuming those things are right, what are the other things that we need to look at? I've seen people in many cases over the last year to a year and a half not fully appreciating how much the market has shifted since 21, 22. People think that it's easy to sell in this market and they're expecting to have results like they were getting in 2021 or 2022. And that's just not the case. We don't live in that world. Homes on average are taking 100 plus days to sell, and it's just not what it was. Okay. But with that said, that doesn't mean that homes are not actually selling. We are selling homes every week. We're seeing successful sales and we're getting listings on the market and they're moving. We're having success doing it, but it does require a high level of intent, planning, and strategy in order to get that successful sale that you're looking for. So the first thing I would recommend is take a look at the sort of overall response you're getting. Are you getting showings with no offers? You're getting people coming into the home, but they're just not making you an offer? Okay, that tells me that it's probably going to be either price or condition. Either there's some things on the condition of the home that need to be changed, or your price is going to be out of line. They're looking at other homes that you're competing with and they're picking your competitors consistently. What that tells you is that either your competitor is at a better value on price or it's at a better condition. So you can only change those two things. You're not going to be able to change the location. So you got to look at those two things and determine where do we want to spend our thought and strategy in order to make some corrections. Okay. So it's going to be very specific, but more than likely the price is going to be off by a bit and it's causing buyers to not make you an offer. You think, well, if the buyer wanted to, we can negotiate. The issue is that if your price is off by too much, the buyers are not even going to make the offer. They're just not even going to make the offer. That's just the reality. All right. So showings, no offers, that means that your price is off a bit. You need to dial that in more than likely. It also could mean that you need to go invest in some repairs and the price may be fine. We just need to get a few things taken care of in order for the home to sell. Number two, if for some reason you're not getting any showings, that is a different situation. If you're not getting any showings, there are a couple of possibilities. I had one property one time. It was located on the river and the listing was up. It came off the market. I ended up talking with the seller, and through some investigation, I found that the property was not listed as waterfront. They did not list it as waterfront. There's one button you press and you put yes on waterfront, and anyone that's searching for waterfront gets an email and a notification that a new waterfront home just hit the market. I got the property. Within 24 hours, we had a full price offer on the table, simply clicking one button that was missed by a realtor. It was costing them tens of thousands of dollars. So what you want to do is find out, why is the home not getting any showings? Is it because that the home is not appealing to the right buyers? Is there something missing in the listing where it's just not being found by the people that need to find it? That's possibility number one. Possibility number two is that it is a major deviation of where it needs to be in price. If you're getting showings but no offers, that means that you're off a bit. If you're not getting any showings at all, that is probably indicative of being way overpriced. Okay. So you're either way overpriced or there is some sort of error going on in the way the home is appealing to the buyers. So those are the two main possibilities. A third possibility, which is kind of tied to the second one, is that the presentation online is just bad. The photos are dark. The home is cluttered. You're not accentuating the strengths and the positives, the pros that are in the home, and therefore people are seeing it and they're just not showing any interest. Okay, that is kind of tied to number two, but that is something to make sure of. Point number three, let's just say you've come to the conclusion that yes, we made an error. We were way off on the price. We're not getting any showings. We're not getting any offers. We're not getting any interest, and we need to recalibrate. We're serious about selling. We're not just testing the market to see what happens. We want to sell. We're committed to this. We need to know what's the best course of action at this stage. Now that we've made this error, okay, well, there's a few things you can do. Number one, I would recommend a reset off the market. You need 30 days minimum to come off the market, and depending on what kind of contract you have with your realtor and how flexible they're going to be, you need to have a conversation and try to look to do a market reset where you can go in, let's get that price dialed in where it needs to be. Let's think long and hard about the presentation that we're we're going to have of the property online. Let's make sure that we are presenting this at the best possible way so that the buyers, when they see it online, it's going to stand out and it's going to bring in more interest. Let's make sure the price is dialed in so we maximize the marketing, we get the price where it needs to be, and we put it back out. You might want to take a look at other realtors, maybe interview another realtor or two. I'd love the chance to chat with you if that happens. Maybe get some other options so you can kind of get a feel for what other realtors may think is going on. But we think a good reset would be the best course of action. Rather than just doing adjustments, sometimes a full reset is the way to kind of right the ship and get everything back on track. Okay, so those are the three things. I hope you have success selling the home. I know it's very stressful having a home that's sitting on the market. Maybe it's getting showings and no offers. Maybe it's not getting any showings at all. I know that is difficult, and we hope that some of this information will be helpful to you. If you have any questions, if you'd like to chat with us or find out any more that maybe some things we could do to help, just give us a call, text, email. We'd love to hear from you. And if we don't, we hope to see you around Granbury sometime.